So hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is my first vlog really out in nature properly. I'm in a place called Rouge National Park. I think it's about 70 square kilometers. So it's classed as a relatively small park, but it's pretty damn big to me. So likely species here, possibly, maybe not so much in the heat of the day, but there's black bear here, there's coy wolf here, lots of bird of prey species, harriers, etc., owl species, eagles, all sorts of stuff. So what I'm going to do today, just to break myself in gently, is really just do a recce along the river. I've got all my gear packed with me, gonna get all that ready, get it on my back, and just get trekking and see where it takes me, really. Really hot day today in a heat wave once again, but I'm just going to get out there, get amongst it, and see what we can see. Hopefully we'll see some new species along the way. I'm going to head along the river. Great place to start, really. But yeah, excited for you to be with me, guys. So it's my first actual vlog out in wilderness, and hopefully we'll get to see some stuff, all being well. But I'm going to stick to the path today as well. Sensible approach. Obviously this isn't my territory. I'm a duck out of water here. I don't want to go careering off into the woodlands, into the bush, up all off piste. It's a big place, could easily get lost. Haven't got all my nav gear with me. It's nice and simple today, just along the river and enjoy it, really. And also, if I do encounter any species that I don't ordinarily see, things like bear and things like coy wolf and stuff like that, then, you know, obviously I've got to take action accordingly. But I don't really want to be pushing my luck today. You know, it's a crawl, walk, run situation, and there's a few contacts I've got in Canada at the moment who are going to take me out on the ground and certainly give me some pointers and the do's and don'ts. I've got armed with basic knowledge of what I need to do if I do encounter any of these bigger species. You know, it is what it is. There's a very slim chance I will, but it's good to be prepped and ready to go if you do meet anything. But really, when I want to go into an area where there's heavily bear activity, wolf, coy dog, whatever, coyote, I want to be with, you know, get the knowledge behind me of going out with someone first, so I can be a little bit better prepared. But yeah, just a responsible way of doing things, really. I know a lot of you are very keen for me to get out and want to see some really juicy species, but it's not really all about that, you know. It's kind of get out, get on the ground, see what's about, and then take it from there. So nice and easy, breaking myself in. But anyway, enough of that. Going to get my kit on, get out and see what we can see. So I just heard and seen my first belted kingfisher just along this river here. Absolutely stunning here. I've come 25 minutes from where I live, the busiest city in the world, and crazy motorway traffic, and I'm here in this national park, and straight away come from the car park, probably about 200 meters, boom, straight in here, and just over on the other side some fallen deadwood, and there was a belted kingfisher sitting on top, singing away. So I'm going to try to head over there now, if that's a favoured perch of this kingfisher, and maybe get set up, get myself into some shade because it's baking hot, and just sit and enjoy. And hopefully I'll get a chance to see it. There's herons and stuff along here as well, and it's always a great place to come along a river, obviously with the heat of the day as well, like it is now. Perfect place for wildlife to come to drink, etc. So going to head bit further up that way now. There's a little very faint trail through there. I don't even know if I'm on the right. Oh, I can hear the kingfisher again. Yep, I can hear it. Right, I'm gonna get moving. So guys, I've trekked in about, I don't know, about a K now, and just through this clearing behind me, just seen some white-tailed deer. One of them moved off, and the other two were just through the glade on the other side. Now, I'm not going to push it and try to get through there, I think. I'll just leave it, but it's nice to see them. I'm kitted out here today. I'm not in camouflage, it's so hot. I'm just gonna leave it today and just really recce the site and get to know this little patch in here. It's brilliant along the river here. Had the belted kingfisher, and again it seems to be landing on this really nicely positioned fallen pine tree, and there's a massive deep pool right below it, so perfect for fish to congregate. It's in the shade, and it landed on there earlier and was calling from there. So I'm going to head back round where I came, going to set up in the distance a bit there, and just sit in the shade, wait, and hopefully that kingfisher will come along and we'll get some shots, all being well. So I got myself in position. I was over there before and now I'm here. As you can see there, nice fallen tree there, and there's a deep pool just over it. And this is where the belted kingfisher was perching earlier on. So I'm in the shade, it's absolutely boiling. It's about 34 degrees today, and wow, it's so hot. And I am very wet with sweat. So I'm gonna sit here in the shade for a bit, be patient, and hopefully the kingfisher may turn up, or any other species. As I said today, guys, this is a bit of a recce trip really. First time here, so I want to see what it's like, just study what's going on, do a bit of field craft. I bought my kit as well, be nice to get a couple shots in the bag. Always the way, if you go on a recce, you don't take your camera, you get a perfect shot. So kit's with me, hoping for the best, and we'll see what happens. So I've just had a spot of lunch now, and I've cooled down, which is nice, and just taking in the view along the river really. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm in a nice bit of shade here, and across the way there it's fully in the sunlight, and the wildflowers are looking gorgeous there. Insects, butterflies, manner of things flying around. I'm not sort of imagining this kingfish is going to come and land right in front of me, but one can hope. I've seen it there this morning. It was there for quite a while. It went away, it came back. So I'm hedging my bets that it's one of its favoured perches. Now I'm nicely concealed here a little bit with a lot of the foliage up around me, and I've moved some of the foliage in front just to the side. Now when I've done that, I've not broken the foliage and I've not bent it. I've just pushed it aside. I put a little light stick on it, and then as soon as I go, the stick will go up and then the foliage will return to its natural position. So I've not destroyed any habitat there, just for the benefit of getting the angle onto the perch for the kingfisher. So it's just one thing to bear in mind: tearing up vegetation, chopping branches down, all that sort of stuff. It's not really the done thing, and certainly not needed. So just move it out the way nicely. When you leave, it bounces back up again, job done. So just think about the habitat, just think about your surroundings. And talking about surroundings, I'm lulled into a false sense of security here. You know, sitting here on a riverside like I could be at home, and the weirdest thing is knowing that there's bears here. There's coy wolf, coy dog, wolf, all that sort of thing. And I'm sitting here on a riverbank. I can't see behind me because the vegetation's tall. Yeah, it's a bit unnerving. I'm sure it will come with time, but it is quite nerve-wracking thinking there's things here that can potentially kill you. I can't see anything coming. You just don't know. So just have to keep my wits about me, keep my senses alert. Bears and things move very quietly, as do other animals, so I've got to have my wits about me there. And my God, there's some massive ants here. Loads of ticks as well, got to be aware of those. Plonk myself right down to the vegetation here. There's mozzies, there's ants are like this big, massive things, bite you like hell. Just been running all over my binoculars, all over my camera, and while I was having my lunch, but yeah. So with that in mind, you know, I've got to get out amongst it, but I'm doing things nice and slow, so I don't chase off and get all the desired species. I mean, for me, I'm not really bothered about chasing after bear and wolf and things like that, to be honest. Coyotes and things. I just want to get out and enjoy the nature wherever it comes and wherever it is enjoy it, you know, and eventually I'd like to be in a position where I can go and see some bears at a safe distance, you know, and see the wolves. But at the moment, just got to take it nice and easy. So we've just had loads of blue jays. You can hear calling in the trees. Busy at the moment, collecting all the acorns and all food for the winter, caching it away. They keep flying, flitting between these trees here and the ones behind me. Beautiful colours. I've yet to get a picture of one yet. Although common, they are amazing. A bit like our jay in the UK, but they've probably got that little bit extra wow factor about them. But I've got another camera here just ready to go, just for any shots and anything landing in front of me. So we've just had a large bird of prey wing its way over, and I've seen quite a few of them. They're very sort of dark underneath with like a white banding towards the rear of the wing on both sides. Yet to ID it. It could be a vulture, but I really can't be sure. As I say, there's lots and lots of birds of prey species in Canada, and obviously at the moment birds are migration at the moment, so it could be anything popping over, but I've seen quite a few of these when out driving. Not really sure what they are at the minute, but if anybody out there knows and I get it wrong, please just let me know. It's very quiet at the moment, heat of the day, not a lot happening. Hoping maybe in the next hour or so we'll get some action on the kingfisher front. Maybe some deer coming in to drink along the river. One can hope. You never know what happens. So it's so good to be back out in nature. I've missed it so much. At home I did that final vlog when I was doing the 200 to 400 and the 1.4X. Thanks to you all for watching the review recently on the Laowa lens. Not for everybody, but I do appreciate those people watching. I've been using the 200 to 400 a bit at home in the garden, and I'm really impressed with it. You know, I really am. If I had my 500 here now, I'd be restricted on what I could shoot. I've been doing a bit of slow-mo of the river, I've been a bit of slow-mo of the flowers over the other side, bit of video in and out, bit of more landscape. You know, I can go from 200 millimeters to 560. I've got that range all the way through. Fantastic flexibility. Just seen a little wren down below. Now they've got about 6 wrens in Canada. No idea what this wren would be. And they all look quite similar. So yeah, got my work cut out on the bird ID front. I'm getting good with the calls though. So, and I don't know if anybody else uses it, but I've got the Cornell bird app. I think I've weighed off about 15 Canadian bird calls now, but it's really good to have if you don't know what a species is, especially if you're photographing and it's calling. There's your ID.
don't know if you can see, guys, this is the perch that the camera is now focusing on. This is where the belted kingfisher was this morning. A couple of sessions it's landed on here. I'm hoping that it will come back here again. There's a deep pool just below it. If I can just show you there, just below there, perfect for a kingfisher to dive. Happy days, and back up to its post, hopefully.
We've got a white-tailed deer that's just come across the river. A young one, I think. And it's just gone across into the flower meadow. I was not expecting that. That's my first image and sighting of a proper deer whilst in Canada. Well, I'm chuffed to bits, it's just over amongst that flowers. That's tremendous. Just goes to show, if you sit, wait, be patient, nature will come. He's settled down inside the clump of yellow flowers over there at the moment. Wind's in my favour too, so chuffed to bits, chuffed to bits. If I don't get anything else, happy days. So I'm hunkered down a little bit because the deer's literally probably a good 25 feet across the river. It's just nestled down in the wildflowers, so I don't want to alarm it. It's just chilling out. I think it was kind of like a sub-adult female. Not totally sure, don't really know much about the deer here in Canada as yet, but lovely to see it just coming across the stream there. It was fantastic. I wasn't expecting that at all. It just goes to show, you know, you could sit down, just lie down, have a little snooze. You'd miss stuff. You've just got to remain alert, just hoping that there's possibly something that's going to come by. Who knows? Could have a bear come down the river. You know, could have some coyotes coming down the way. You know, it's kind of, I'd rather be more alert in this sort of environment than I generally would be at home. But just had another bird across there in the amongst the reeds and the grasses. No idea what it was. Quite drab looking bird. Had a nice bit of footage there. Lovely to see. But yeah, things are starting to pick up a little bit now. Got about an hour to go, so still absolutely baking, and I'm not even moving, and I'm not even in the sun. But just great to be here, guys. It's just great to be back. This is a starter for a lot of my YouTube videos to come here in Canada. As I said, I'm starting off nice and easy and then working my way up to some more challenging species. But yet again, there's no point in diving in at the deep end, you know, pushing yourself too much, making mistakes, disturbing the wildlife, putting yourself in danger. You know, you've got to study, got to do your field craft, all that sort of stuff, and hopefully when I'm ready, in a good position, and I know the lay of the land a lot better, and I know the species a lot better, then I can then put myself in a position where I'm hopefully going to capture some awesome moments. But yeah, last hour, go quiet now, and fingers crossed we'll get that kingfisher before the day's out. So we've just had a vulture now confirmed, that bird that I said about. You see on the camera there. Not sure what vulture that is at the minute, but it's definitely a vulture. It's got a vulture's head, and it's got that black and white underwing markings with quite large extensive fingers. So it did a buzz by. Don't know if it saw me and it came for a lower look, so I just caught it just with the R7 and the 100-500, which I had on standby. So yeah, happy days. It's not the best shot in the world, but it's my first vulture in Canada, and I should be able to do something with that. But still, it's fairly sharp, all good. So another bird to the list, the growing list. I've got about half hour to go, and then I've got to trek back to the car, get on the road and get home. But yeah, lovely to see. And I say it every time, you know, you can go looking for wildlife, walking trails, walking paths, but sometimes you've got to sit, just wait for it to come to you. You know, I've had loads of species come to me today, deer walking past, the vultures going over. You know, I've had lots of smaller bird species. It's just the way to do it. Sit, relax, be quiet, try not to talk too much, and it will come to you. Doesn't always work, and obviously if you go to locations where you know there is birds and mammals, then obviously your chances increase. But yeah, plus today walking around too far is just too hot for it today. It really is, and the light's really bad. But still, it's been enjoyable, and you know, I've loved it. It's good just to get back out in it, just get on the ground, and I'll be coming back here lots and lots of times, I'd imagine, over the next few months. Don't know if you can hear that, guys, on the small mic here, but we've got a blue jay there calling away. Certainly very typically jay, and obviously here you've got the blue jay and the Canadian jay, and the Canadian jay is the national bird, and it's in serious trouble, I think, massively declining. A bird which many Canadians have never actually seen. So yeah, that's got to be on the list at some point when I maybe go north a bit more. But yeah, lovely to hear the jays calling away. I expect they are calling away at home and caching at home like they do. But another sort of 10 minutes and then time to hit the road. Well guys, thanks very much for stopping by today on my first taste of Canadian wilderness. It's been lovely. You know, I've spent about 4 hours today. Not massive results, but you know, I've seen loads of new bird species, saw the deer coming across, seen the kingfisher, jays going about their business, you know, loads of other bird species. It's been really good, and I needed to get out just to just break into it gently, really. It's been really nice. Going to come back to this place loads. It's huge. It's about 70 square kilometers, so it's a big old place. Lots to see, but it's a baking hot day. I'm going to head back. I've got, I don't know, a K and a half, I suppose, just to get back to the car, get in, get home, and have a look at some of the images I've taken today. But as always, guys, thanks very much indeed for coming along today. Really do appreciate it, all the likes and the comments, and for following me on my journey from the UK to Canada. As I said, this is going to be a taster for things to come, all being well, but lots of plans. But from me and from this amazing first provincial park in Canada, I'll see you next time.